You're about to watch 20 million peanuts, a river of liquid caramel, and enough chocolate to fill a swimming pool get turned into the most iconic candy bar on the planet. And there's one step in this process, one, that if they get it wrong by even 2 degrees, the entire batch is destroyed. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's the thing about Snickers. It's not just popular, it is the best-selling candy bar on Earth. Not in America, on Earth. We're talking over $15 billion in annual sales across more than 70 countries. That's more than some countries' entire GDP. And it all started back in 1930, when a guy named Frank Mars, that Mars family, decided to layer fluffy nougat, gooey caramel, crunchy roasted peanuts, and creamy milk chocolate into one bar. He named it after the family's favorite horse, a horse. This billion-dollar empire, named after a horse called Snickers. You can't make this stuff up. But here's what most people don't know. What actually goes into making one of these bars is absolutely wild. And today, we're going inside the factory to watch it happen from start to finish, layer by layer. So this right here, this is the Mars Wrigley facility in Waco, Texas. And this single building, just this one factory, pumps out 65% of every Snickers bar sold in the United States. Let that sink in. Almost 7 out of every 10 Snickers you've ever eaten came from right here. The remaining 35%? Those come from a handful of other factories scattered across the country. But Waco is ground zero. This is where the magic happens, and it starts with the chocolate. Now here's something most people don't realize. The chocolate on a Snickers bar isn't regular chocolate. It's specifically engineered. They add higher amounts of cocoa butter and lecithin to the formula, and that does something really clever. It raises the melting point. So when you're holding that bar on a hot summer day, it's not turning into a puddle in your hand. But the second it hits your tongue, it melts perfectly. That's not an accident. That's food science. So here's how they make it. First, top quality cocoa beans get fed into this machine that cracks open the shells and separates out the nibs. That's the good stuff inside. Those nibs go straight into a massive industrial oven, where they're roasted to bring out that deep, rich chocolate flavor. After roasting, the nibs hit an industrial grinder, where they're crushed and blended with sugar and milk powder. What comes out is this thick, gritty paste. Doesn't look like chocolate yet, but trust me, we're getting there. That paste goes into a refiner, which breaks everything down into a super fine powder. And then, and this is the cool part, that powder gets transferred into a machine called the conch. Inside, these huge mechanical arms churn and fold the powder while they add more cocoa butter and lecithin. And slowly, that dry powder transforms into this beautiful, glossy liquid chocolate. But they're not done. The final step is tempering, a precise heating and cooling cycle that controls how the cocoa butter crystallizes. This is what gives the chocolate that satisfying snap when you break the bar. Alright, so while that chocolate is tempering to perfection, the factory's already working on the next layer. And honestly, this part blew my mind when I learned the scale of it. So check this out. A crane hoists up a 2,000-pound bag of raw, deshelled runner peanuts and dumps it into a giant hopper. 2,000 pounds. That's literally a ton of peanuts at a time. And here's the wild part. This factory goes through roughly 21 acres worth of peanuts every single day, daily. That's about 16 football fields of peanut farms just to keep up with 1 day of Snickers production. Insane. From the hopper, the peanuts drop onto a conveyor belt that carries them toward the roaster. But before they go in, they pass through this specialized oscillating conveyor. It shakes back and forth, spreading the nuts out into a single, even layer. Then they enter this beast, a 150-foot-long convection oven. The peanuts spend about 30 minutes inside, roasting at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And when they come out, oh man, that deep, rich, toasty flavor that makes a Snickers bar taste like a Snickers bar, that's where it's born, right here in this oven. But those peanuts aren't ready to join the bar yet. They've got one more stop first, but we'll get to that in a second, because there's something else cooking at the same time. Over in the kitchen area of the factory, the caramel is being made from scratch. And I mean from scratch. It starts in this massive 800-pound industrial vat. Workers combine corn syrup, butter, condensed milk, salt, and water, and bring the whole thing to temperature. Already smells incredible in here, I'm sure. The mixture then gets transferred into a vacuum kettle, where it's cooked at around 250 degrees for 20 minutes. Now, this part requires serious attention. They're constantly monitoring the temperature and consistency because caramel is unforgiving. Cook it too long, burnt. Not long enough, runny. They're hitting that sweet spot, literally, where it's perfectly golden and smooth. Near the end, they add a splash of vanilla extract to deepen the flavor, plus emulsifiers like lecithin to make everything silky and stable. The whole process takes about 45 minutes from start to finish. Once it's done, the caramel gets cooled down just enough to reach the right thickness. You want it pourable, but not watery. It needs to hold its shape inside the bar, but still be gooey when you bite into it. That balance, that's what separates good caramel from Snickers caramel. Now, while the caramel's doing its thing, another part of the factory is working on arguably the most underrated layer of the entire bar, the nougat. This is where it gets really interesting. They start by blending corn syrup, salt, and water inside a large vessel, heating it to exactly 250 degrees. This creates a super concentrated syrup that's going to form the sweet, chewy base of the nougat. Then, and this is kind of beautiful if you think about it, they take that boiling hot syrup and fold it into fluffy whipped egg whites. What happens is like a transformation. It goes from sticky and dense to light and airy in seconds. It's basically candy meringue at this point. But they're not done cooking. The mixture gets stirred mechanically and heated further to 270 degrees. And here's where it gets tricky. They have to fight against humidity. If there's too much moisture in the air, the sugar starts pulling water in from the atmosphere, and that can mess up the entire texture. On humid days, they actually have to crank the heat up higher just to compensate. It's a constant Once the nougat hits that perfect fluffy consistency, it's moved into a screw mixer where they blend in freshly ground peanut butter. And this is one of the secrets of Snickers that a lot of people don't even know about. There's peanut butter in the nougat. It's not just peanuts on top. There's peanut butter baked into the foundation of the bar. That's where that deep, nutty undertone comes from. After mixing, the nougat peanut butter blend travels along an elevated conveyor belt at the top of the factory. This isn't just for transportation. The trip also lets the mixture cool down from about 195 degrees to a more workable temperature. At the end of the conveyor, the mix drops into a hopper and gravity pulls it down between two massive rollers that are chilled to a frosty 24 degrees. This machine, called a sheeter, presses the nougat flat while simultaneously cooling it. The sudden temperature change causes the nougat to form a thin skin on the cold metal, and that's actually important. It's what shapes it into a perfectly uniform sheet at exactly the right thickness. A blade scrapes the nougat off the rollers, and it lays it onto a stainless steel conveyor below. And just like that, layer 1 is ready. Now, remember those peanuts we roasted earlier? They're coming out of the oven right on cue. 30 minutes of roasting, perfectly golden, full of flavor. As they tumble onto the conveyor, a worker spreads them out by hand to make sure they're separated and evenly distributed. Then they pass through a spinning drum where a fine mist of salt gets applied. Every single peanut gets a little kiss of salt. That salty, sweet contrast, that's not random. It's deliberate and precise. While the finished caramel gets released from the kettle through a discharge valve at the bottom, flowing into a large vat below, that vat gets raised up and carefully poured into a depositor, which feeds the caramel through a tube into a screw auger. And here's where the magic collision happens. The salted, roasted peanuts fall from their conveyor directly into that warm caramel inside the auger. The screw turns continuously, folding peanuts into caramel, caramel around peanuts, creating this incredibly sticky, chunky, delicious mixture. That blend gets pushed forward by the auger onto a giant rotating cooling drum, chilled to about 24 degrees, which spreads the mixture thin, cools it down, and transforms it from a gooey mess into a smooth, uniform sheet. Layer 2, done. All right, this is the moment. It's time to bring everything together. A large blade carefully scrapes the caramel peanut sheet off the cooling roller, and it falls directly on top of the nougat layer moving along the conveyor below. 2 layers perfectly stacked. They pass under a pressing roller that merges them into one unified slab at exactly the right thickness. No gaps, no air bubbles, just a solid, beautiful slab of nougat, caramel, and peanuts. That combined slab then enters a refrigerated tunnel where it's cooled to a stable 65 degrees Fahrenheit. This is crucial. The cooling locks the layers together, firms everything up for clean cutting, and it actually allows the flavors to meld together. Salty, sweet, chewy, crunchy, all harmonizing inside that tunnel. Coming out of the tunnel, the slab hits the slitter machine, a beast equipped with 19 rotating blades that slice the slab lengthwise into 38 parallel strips. Thousands of them, perfectly identical, every single one. At this point, they look like naked Snickers. All the layers are there, but they're missing that final coat, and that's about to change. Remember that tempered chocolate from earlier? It's been waiting for this moment. Smooth, glossy, ready to go. It gets directed into 2 enrobing machines, and this is honestly one of the most satisfying things you'll ever watch. First up, the bottom enrober. The bars pass through a shallow pool of liquid milk chocolate, coating the entire bottom in one smooth pass. Foundation laid. Then comes the full enrober. This machine cascades a curtain of warm, liquid chocolate over each bar, completely covering every surface in a rich, luxurious layer of milk chocolate. It's at this point that they finally start looking like the Snickers you know and love. As the chocolate begins to set, the bars glide across vibrating grates. These vibrations do 2 things. They distribute the chocolate perfectly evenly across the surface, and they shake out any trapped air pockets. No bubbles, no imperfections. But there's one more detail, and this one's kinda cool. While the chocolate is still soft, the bars pass under a decorative roller that stamps each one with Snickers' signature swirl pattern on top. That little wavy design? It's not just for looks, it's literally a fingerprint. Next time you unwrap one, look for it. It's there on every single bar. After getting their signature look, the bars enter one final cooling tunnel where the chocolate fully solidifies. Hard shell on the outside, gooey layers on the inside. Perfection. Then it's packaging time. Each bar gets wrapped in that iconic brown and blue Snickers wrapper, a specially designed plastic that locks in freshness and keeps everything sealed tight. The wrapping machines use heat sealing technology and move at an absolutely ridiculous speed, up to 1,000 bars per minute. That's almost 17 bars every second. Blink and you miss 6 of them. From here, those bars get boxed up and shipped out, not just to candy aisles across America, but to over 70 countries around the world. Every gas station, every grocery store, every vending machine. And the craziest part, this entire process from raw cocoa beans and loose peanuts to a fully wrapped Snickers bar takes less than a few hours. Thousands of bars, every single minute, all day, every day. So the next time you tear open that wrapper and take a bite, just know there's a factory in Waco, Texas that put a lot of science, precision, and honestly, a lot of love into making sure that bar hits exactly right. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment telling me what's your favorite Snickers. Classic, almond, peanut butter, ice cream bar? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.